Hi, I'm Mike Keogh. I'm one of the local Green Party councillors. I was elected in 2006 in Ladywell ward, which is where we are now, with the centrepiece being Hilly Fields, which is a brilliant park, and we're looking for green flag status in the future. In order to get that, we have to tackle quite a few issues: paths, graffiti, public use, toilets, water fountains, things like that. And we are well behind the Hilly Fields Park user group that was set up years ago, and I have been a previous participant on, because I've been working in the local community for years until I was elected, and I'm still carrying on, of course, and now I'm a representative and I have a bit more clout in my job as to getting things done. As part of a greening neighbourhoods policy, we see parks and open spaces as intrinsic in improving people's quality of lives, as well as providing habitat in certain places for the wildlife. Biodiversity action plans are in action to actually get wildlife encouraged by providing stag beetle loggeries, water features, meadows. I've been working on meadows for years now as a councillor. It's keeping that policy going and improving it, and improving the management techniques and spreading these good practices elsewhere in the borough. We're also in Hilly Fields trying to improve youth provision by providing facilities such as table tennis, sports activities during the holidays, keeping youth occupied, fit and off the streets if they are liable to do that, some of them. Also, we're into keeping the graffiti down. The parks officers, the parkies do a good job keeping on top of graffiti, but I keep on top of it. The other day I was clearing some with my little kit, which is all here just in case I'm passing some graffiti. Get rid of it as soon as possible, keep it off as soon as possible, and it shouldn't come back. We do have a current campaign about working with dog owners, and responsible dog owners especially, and trying to discard the irresponsible dog owners, because there's a lot of mess that happens that we don't particularly appreciate, and that happens in parks as well, and we're trying to keep on top of that as well. The new dog control orders, which the council officers are now working on. One of our campaigns in the park is to try and get the park paths resurfaced, because some of them are in an appalling state. We managed to get one resurfaced as a cycle route, but there's other ones that really need some holes filling or total resurfacing. We are on a clay hill, things move, we can't help it, but we need to keep on top of the situation with a good path to help the disabled, cyclists and just generally people who are walking around. I'm also a trained ecologist and recognise the biodiversity features within parks and other spaces, and over the years, and particularly as a councillor where I now have some clout, been able to promote meadows, rehabilitation of rivers in parks such as Ladywell Fields, been encouraging that. Brilliant stuff. It not only improves the habitat for wildlife by extra channels, more water features, it improves the habitat for the people. My goodness, the people now love it. They don't have to go down to Ainsford anymore. They can come to Ladywell, they can stay in Ladywell, they don't have to drive anywhere, they have a good time picnicking. And also it improves the flood alleviation in Lewisham as a whole, to stop Lewisham downstream from flooding by flooding of natural floodplain instead. As an activist in the past, as Vice Chair of the Quaggy Waterways Action Group, I've continued my affiliation to rivers in Lewisham by working as a councillor on the planning committee to encourage developments to respect any rivers next to them, to break them out into a more natural setting and let people appreciate the rivers, which should help their sustainability in terms of people not chucking stuff into rivers, because they have been seen in the past as just sewers basically, and they're not. They're some of the cleanest rivers in the world in terms of urban rivers, and we can make them even better, and there's lots of fish in them. And getting kids and people involved in rivers, especially Ladywell Fields and Chinbrook and Cornmill Gardens, it means that people will respect rivers more, and they won't chuck stuff in, because it will hurt the kids at the end of the day as well as the wildlife. We're also very interested in places, other sites such as the Brockley Ladywell Cemetery, which is within Ladywell Ward as well, and also the Brockley Conservation Area, which is a Borough Grade 1 site for nature conservation, which means it's teeming, and it is teeming with wildlife, and that has to be managed properly. And Sue and myself, Sue instrumentally got together founded the Friends of Broccoli Ladywell Cemetery, which I now help out on, to make sure that the management happens with the help of the officers involved and the wildlife is respected, as well as access for people and respect for the departed and their bereaved who are visiting, and basically making sure that everything is running smoothly and people feel safe in such a large, beautiful environment. I am now involved in helping them with their work days, which can involve cutting down saplings and self-seeded trees that have gone for years, which are breaking up the actual graves, and also to provide they're destroying meadow habitat as well as self-seeding themselves everywhere else, and basically they're not the right trees for Borough Grade 1 site because they don't harbour the right wildlife. They don't harbour any wildlife, they just get in the way and clog the place up. So activity days have included bramble bashing and cutting back trees and saplings to make things safer and clearer for people to visit the graves.